is Jeb. I am the Dungeon Master for this evening. And tonight I am joined by two of my players, as scheduling conflicts kept some of the others from being able to join. Tonight we have Mr. Serby and Mr. Fishy.
What's up?
So tonight, after an extended break due to some unfortunate circumstances in life, we are finally getting back into our second of three campaigns here set within the world of Orland. Well, I'm sorry, within the continent of Orland, I should say. We are going to be jumping back into Orland episode 4, A New Threat. And to recap, since I know it has been a while, the last time we played, some of our party decided to make a trip with Warren back to the Brotherhood of Silver Light so that he could provide his masters with one of the monster items that's on his checklist to pass his master's quest. And one of the party members decided to hang back at the keep and do some more training with the security. At the end of our game, Zeos decided to check his dead drop because he had not heard from his contact in a while and found a letter which simply read, "Tomorrow at midnight, come alone," and had the symbol of a black hand surrounded by a circle on it. And unfortunately, we left Serby on a pretty big cliffhanger there for a while because of the situations that went on in life. And like we said, like we always say here on the server, life comes first. So we put pride on being a very player friendly server. We take care of each other whenever we can. So I'd like to take this time to invite any of you guys watching to join our server. Click the link below, get involved on the server, get involved in the games, and we will help you every step of the way.
Come join the fuckery.
Yes,
Join
come
the
join
fuckery.
the fuckery. I'm pretty sure that is our new server motto.
No. It was just updated the other day, and now I can't remember it. But it did have to do with fuckery. I do know that.
It was welcome to the Haven. Try to keep the fuckery to a minimum.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. So, without further ado, we are going to jump back into our game, and we are going to pick up where we left off with Zeos having found the letter in his dead drop.
All right. So tomorrow at midnight. So I guess I have to wait another day.
That would be
Or
that would be correct.
okay. Well, then I'll just head back to the keep.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before you turn in?
don't believe so.
Okay. If your character had any missing hit points or spell slots or anything, go ahead and take a long rest. And you wake up bright and early the following morning. As usual, you make your way downstairs, and your chamberlains have a breakfast spread laid out for everybody who is there. It's not quite as large as it might normally be, considering a good chunk of your guys' party is out of the keep at the moment. But they do have a uh, pretty good breakfast spread laid out for you guys.
Load up a plate and kick back, start munching on breakfast.
All right. As you are eating breakfast, you notice that Dario enters. He seems a little bit distracted, but as he looks up from the parchment that he is looking at, he notices you. Ah, Master Zeos. Might I have
Yes,
a word
Dario?
with you?
Of course.
The guard captains wanted to have a word with you before the day gets too far in. They have some concerns about the training that has been going on.
Yeah, I figured I'll see them as soon as I'm done here. Was there anything else, Dario?
The farmer who Master uh, Raiden had been working with on the crops that were affected by the blight
Hmm.
has left us word that he was able to take the funds that were provided to him and purchase new seed, and he has successfully gotten his fields replanted. He is very appreciative of the patronage that you all have provided to him, and he says that he will make sure that the other farmers in the area know that the new masters of Arvindor Keep will take care of them and take care of Yulari.
Fantastic. That's great news for the keep. Uh, was that everything?
Yes, that is everything that I needed to address at the moment.
Thank you, Dario. Let let the captains know I'll be there shortly.
Very well. It shall be done.
Over the table, has Anvir come down?
Anvir had went with the rest of the group, correct?
Yep.
Oh,
The only ones that are still at the keep are Zeos, Kaylee, and Shardak.
okay. Well, then Zeus will finish eating and head for the captain's office.
Okay, you head outside, make your way to the barracks. You are saluted by a couple of the guards patrolling on duty, and you head inside and head into the captain's office. You see uh, Gulazar, your half orc guard captain, is sitting looking over a couple reports. Torad, your Goliath guard captain, is not in the office at the time.
You wish to speak with me, Captain?
Gulazar looks up. Yes, sir. Please, have a seat.
Go ahead.
Sir, I would like to discuss the training tactics of the men with you.
Okay.
There have been some
Complaints?
I won't say complaints. There have been some reports of displeasure in regards to the training methods. Some of the men feel as though the way that you are working with them almost puts them at impossible odds. Sir, we understand that there are going to be foes that can use magic to turn invisible. That's the nature of the world anymore. However, most of the foes that we may come into combat with more than likely are not going to be using magic of that kind. And so it almost seems pointless to be training the men to look for something that they physically cannot see instead of training them to spot an invader possibly hiding in plain sight or even disguised as somebody else.
Me and some of the other masters were speaking about this um, the other day about possibly getting y'all um, other ways of spotting people who are under the invisibility spell. Believe there was mention of some kind of lanterns. It's been too long since we discussed this.
Yeah, it was a lantern.
Some kind of lantern that reveals lantern of true sight or something, gives them true sight. Um, but I've only done that once, and it was a test to see how quickly they could react to not seeing their fellow guards manning their station. I know I got a couple complaints from the men at the time when I did it, so I kind of knew that we were probably going to have this conversation at some point anyway. But I will refrain from using invisibility while training or while testing.
That is good news, sir. I believe that that will provide a boost in morale with the troops.
Now, once we get the lanterns in place, then invisibility will be allowed again.
If they have a way to counteract magic of that nature, then in my book, fair is fair.
I agree. Was there anything else that you wish to discuss?
Yes, sir. Um, I think it might be a good idea to have some of the guards trained in ranged weapons. I'm not sure if you would be the one to discuss with that, or if one of the other masters would be more suited to that ability. Um, we only have a few as of right now that are trained, but they have not received extensive training in that regard, and they have never actually used it in live combat before.
Well, I believe Master Anvir is a ranger. He would probably be the best one to speak with about that.
Above the table, yes, have the Whiff King trade the men in ranged attacks.
It's all right. I have his player sheet up on my screen because we know we have to tell him not to forget how to play his character all the time. Um,
Very, very well,
wait.
sir. That sounds
Also,
like a good idea.
over the table. Also, I thought that like half of our guards are veterans. Shouldn't there be more than just a handful of ranged weapon? I mean,
So,
surely they would know.
most of them have seen combat in hand to hand with
Mhm.
sword and spear and sometimes lances and shields, but only about 10 of the 40 have actually been trained in ranged weapons outside of the officers. The officers obviously are trained in ranged weapons, um, but the rest of them, only about 10 of those are trained in them, but they've never actually used ranged weapons in combat, preferring to stick to the melee, like what most of their experience is from.
Okay. I mean, I didn't specify when we picked them out that there
Right.
should have been more, but that's my bad. um, and I'm sorry. What did you say last from the guard captain?
Oh, he just said that sounds like a plan. Very good. Something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what I said.
Um, how is the rest of their training going?
I believe it's going well. Um, it will take a while for the newer recruits to gain experience, but that's why we are pairing on their patrols. We are pairing a new recruit with with an experienced member on every patrol.
That's fantastic thinking.
Thank you, sir.
Battle buddy system is always a good way to go. And the other work on the keep that y'all were assisting with, that's all good as well.
Above the table, well, what other work are you referring to?
They were just assisting with other cleanup and
Just like manual labor.
yeah, around
Okay.
the keep.
He responds, "It's going well. The men don't particularly care for assisting in manual labor after their guard duties have been performed, but they don't really have an issue with it doing it before the guard duty. But they'll get over it. One complaint that seems to keep popping up is in regards to the young groundkeep himself. When Dario is providing instructions on the work to be done, things run smoothly. When it's left to Austin, obviously his inexperience does not help him in managing soldiers who sometimes are 3 and 4 times older than he is.
I thought Austin was older, and the new
Austin
one
is
is Caden.
Austin is only 19.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Caden is uh, Caden is 13.
Okay. So, okay.
Austin is the one that had lost an eye and several fingers and whatnot in the Battle of Alinar,
Okay.
and lost his parents and was homeless and an orphan. And Sorla Sorla said, "Well, you're homeless no more."
Yeah,
To be fair, I
she's a
helped in
bleeding
that.
heart. Yeah, you
Oh, I didn't even
assholes.
realize Tyler was here.
Yeah, he joined a minute ago. A few minutes ago.
Yeah, you were in the middle of stuff, so I was like just letting you do your thing. But
Gotcha.
hello.
I wasn't sure you'd be joining us.
Well, it was more so just a matter of how soon I was able to get home. And I just got home momentarily ago. Because tonight was just all kinds of weird.
Oh,
Not
I mean, that happened.
not necessarily bad, just weird. Everything went to shit.
That happens from time to
Yeah.
time in the food industry. So
Yes, it does.
yes, Max
Uh,
helped. Max helped with the decision on Austin, the decision to hire Aiden and his grandmother Darcy was entirely Sorla.
yeah. So he's having trouble communicating with the men on what needs to be done? Is that what you're telling me here?
I think it's more that he is intimidated by the soldiers and lacks a commanding presence. Um, he does not give instruction very well, in my opinion, because he's afraid of the soldiers.
Okay. I may have to have a sit down with Dario and Austin.
That would be my recommendation, sir. And I do believe that is all that I needed to discuss with you at the present time.
Very well, Captain. And Zeus will turn and leave. Head back to the house.
Okay. By this time, it's about mid morning. You walk inside the house. You see Kaylee heading down the hallway, heading upstairs by herself. She looks, I guess the best way to describe it is mournful, like what she has for the last several days. Um, before before you even get a few steps into the keep, she disappears in the doorway to the stairs. You see a couple of the chamberlains uh, in the lounge, dusting and sweeping.
Um, I'll go to Dario's office. Let's see if he's in his office.
You go up the stairs to the third floor where his office is at and knock on the door. After a couple moments, you do not hear any scuffling about inside, and nobody answers the door.
All right, I'll make and why do I have to deal with the keep? Because I spent so much money on it. That's why. So I will go back down to where where I saw the Chamberlains and ask them, have they seen Dario recently? Which way should I go?
Kendra, the one who is dusting, doesn't really look to you because she's involved in her work. I believe he was out near the stables, Master Zeus.
Thank you, Kendra. And he heads out toward the stables.
Okay. You head out to the stables and you see Aerolith is uh, brushing down one of the horses. You're not really sure which. You just know that it's not one of not yours. Um, he acknowledges you, Master Zeus. Do I need to get your horse ready for travel, sir?
Uh, not at the moment. I was told Dario was out this way.
He was, sir. You just missed him. And he points down towards the other end of the outer ring. He just went down to speak with Oroki at the smith, at the
Okay.
forge.
Okay. So I'll head over to the forge then.
Okay. You walk down to the forge and you see Dario is down there talking to Oroki, who has a towel in her hand and she's wiping down sweat uh, off of her muscled arms. Like normal, she's wearing a tank top and looks as though she's been working the forge most of the morning.
Over the table. It's been so long, I forgot about Oroki.
Right?
So new here. Um,
She's
I'll just.
she's only been there a couple days.
Yep. Um, I'll hang back and let Dario finish talking to her.
Okay. You see they're conversing, not particularly loud, but um, Aroki nods a few times and replies to a couple of the questions that Dario had asked her. And after a short moment, she uh, bows her head to him. She's quite a bit taller than him, so it's not much of a bow for her. But Dario turns to leave and spots you. Ah, Master Zeos, here to welcome Aroki.
I was actually looking for you, Dario.
Oh, what can I do for you, Master?
We need to have a conversation. I
Oh,
look around to see who's in the area.
it's just you, Dario, and Aroki.
Why don't we take a walk back toward the keep?
Certainly. And he joins beside you and begins walking back towards the keep.
Uh, Captain, what's his name?
Golazar.
Ah, Captain Golazar mentioned that Austin may be having some issues working with his men, or
Yes, I have heard a similar report.
um, should we sit down with Austin and have a conversation with him, or do you think it would be better if it was just you and him, or would you like me there as well?
If if it pleases you, I believe it might go better with him if I speak with him one on one.
Okay.
Obviously, you
If
know
he's
how,
intimidated by them, then he's probably intimidated by the masters as well.
without a doubt, sir. Uh, in particular, if I may be so bold, you.
Oh, yeah, it happens.
He kind of chuckles. I think it would be best if I spoke with him one on one. With as timid as what he is, he might shut down if the two of us spoke with him together, or if multiple people spoke with him. He's a work in progress.
Well, work with him.
Indeed, I shall, sir.
That was all I had for you, Dario.
Very well, sir.
Was there
If you don't,
any issues in the keep that I need to be aware of? Anything that we need?
no, not at the moment. We are fairly well provisioned for at least a couple months. The alcohol may not last to the end of the month, but I know that
Oh,
is not necessarily a top priority.
I actually have already set something up for a delivery.
Oh, well,
It will
that
be a I believe we said every other week.
yes,
So we should be getting a delivery every other week. Um,
wonderful.
Also coffee, a same thing with coffee as well.
He makes a couple scratches on his parchment. And where should I be expecting these deliveries to come from?
Now I forgot the name of the city.
Altessi?
Altessi, yes, Altessi.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the alcohol then will be coming from the Heartleaf,
Yes.
and the coffee could be coming from a couple different places.
I'm not sure where the coffee is coming from. Uh, Sorla set that up.
Ah, no surprise there. I will discuss the matter with her when she returns. Is there anything else, sir?
No, I think that's it. If something arises, I'll come find you again.
Very well. He bows his head to you and then makes his way back to the keep.
Took care of that. Took care of that. No. Is that a
Hello,
Muda?
Moto.
So,
Is this a Inari is here or a Moto is listening in? Lurking. All right. Um,
uh,
what else did I need to take care of today?
Are you asking yourself or asking the table?
I'm yes.
Yes, either way, yes. I'm not sure yes to what, but yes.
Don't want to speak with Austin. He's got that. Spoke with Aerolist. I don't really need him for anything right now. Uh, nah. Head back to my study, to my
Oh,
office.
okay.
Well, room slash office.
Anything in particular you're wanting to do there or just passing the time?
Um, just passing the time for now.
Okay. Midday passes. You do you head downstairs to grab lunch or do you have lunch brought up to you in your office?
I'll roll down and throw together something real quick and take it back up to my office.
Okay. It is now late afternoon. The sun is starting to set. It's not quite to the point where it is dinner time yet. However, you hear some commotion outside.
I'll step outside.
You head downstairs and step outside,
Yep.
and you see there appears to be something going on out towards the stables.
I'll head over.
Okay. Doesn't take you very long to get over there. And when you do, you see that the rest of your party is now returning from Care Dragmont. Most of them have uh, removed themselves from their horses and are speaking with Irilith about about getting them fed and brushed down and put back in the stables. Max and Anvir are one of the first ones to have spoken with Aerolith, and are now just hanging idly by waiting for the others.
How did the trip go, guys?
Pretty standard,
Bad.
because over the table, I have no idea. I do not remember the trip
Yeah,
It was
at all.
you weren't here for the recap. You guys had left and gone with Warren to the Brotherhood and um, gained access to the library um, while Warren was taking the Iron Golem heart to one of the masters and discussing his quest to become a master himself. In the library, you guys did some research on where to locate the other creatures that are on the list. And towards the end of the visit, Inari magically appeared, caused some chaos, got on the librarian's bad side, and then they all had to clean and mend the library before Inari caught a firebolt.
That sounds about right.
Why do I have a feeling the Inari thing was not part of the original recap, and you're only saying that because Moto showed up?
It actually, I didn't recap what all you guys did at Care Dragmont. I briefly touched on you
Oh,
guys. I briefly touched on you guys going there and Warren, taking the Iron Golem heart and talking to one of the masters before we came back to the story.
fair enough. Well, Max is gonna kind of fill Zayoth in and be like, "Oh, your friend, the one who likes to take things,
She pissed
showed
him
up,
off again, didn't she?
yeah, she almost caught a firebolt to the back of the head, but
Yeah, well,
in the end, we ushered her out before anything got too crazy." But other than
Zayas,
that, it
Zayas
was
is just
pretty
shaking
uneventful.
his head in front of you, like that. Damn Inari.
But yes, other than that, it was rather uneventful.
I didn't have to drink any nasty disgustingness this time. I'm happy.
That's
Warren
always a good thing.
Warren chimes in. I was able to get a lot of information that I needed, and yes, Anvir not having to drink anything to remove a curse was definitely a plus.
I'm sorry, remove what curse, huh?
Is he not here for that?
I don't think he
That-
was.
No, actually, he wasn't even with the group at the time because he was still in Altessi.
Oh my god, he was.
Oh, remove the curse from the land. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
No,
No.
Unbury was attacked by a werebear.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
no, remove his curse.
my own curse. Yeah,
He doesn't understand to don't pick fights if you don't have to.
the fight was already picked. What do you mean?
Yeah, because
What?
you.
No, I
No,
was being a good Samaritan.
no, it was an ambush.
That all started with me
Yeah,
being a good Samaritan.
I'm going to blame him either way. I'm pretty sure he did something, and they were just waiting, and we
I
happened to
just,
just be in the way.
I distinctly remember me getting in front of a vendor and protecting a vendor in Altessi.
No, legitimately, this is just Max saying You did something at some point. He doesn't really know when or what, but he's blaming you for some reason. Just because.
I mean, it's definitely my fault. I try to do good once in my life, and god damn it, I get attacked and turned into a werebear almost.
Fortunately, we were able to remove the curse, and all is well.
Good.
How's things here?
I may have pissed off a couple of guards.
Did you do the invisible thing?
Yeah.
I thought that might happen.
How's the kid?
I actually haven't heard any reports on the kid yet.
Oh, good. He hasn't
Evidently,
blown anything up.
Austin is having a little trouble. But Dario is on that.
Good deal. And the other kid that was working on his magic, he hasn't blown anything up, has he?
Sorla walks up. I sure hope not, especially if he's in the library.
Well,
If
if he did, it's your fault. You're the one who brought him here.
Hey, hey, hey! Would you rather us leave him in the town and him destroy half the town because he doesn't know what he's doing, or us bring him here to teach him how to control what's going on with him?
And then you disappear for a week.
But
He's got you there.
the
And
Yeah.
yes, I would have rather left him in the town, because at least then it becomes our problem at a later date and not potentially blows us half to hell. I love you, Moto.
there were books. I had to go see that library.
You could have taken him with you.
And
I
risk
mean,
him destroying the library there, they would have never let me back.
Has a premonition of Sorla just peeking out of the ceiling at Grazdan.
hang on. Shh. Moto doesn't know. Ninari doesn't know about that yet. We can't let her know.
Oh, there's lots of things Inari doesn't know about yet. Okay.
Anyway. Other than that, not much has really gone on.
Well, good.
Dario seems to
Now,
be you just had to put that in my head, huh?
Yes, I did.
Dario seems to have everything working pretty well here.
well, at least he's worth his gold that we're paying him then.
Raiden comes walking up, having heard this. Yes, he most certainly is worth the gold.
I mean, he's already been paid for the year, so I'm not worried about it. As long as he's doing his job, we're good. And he seems to be doing it pretty well right now.
Well, good. If you'll excuse me, I need a drink and some food. So come find me if you need anything. And Max just walks off.
You know, some food sounds really good right about now.
Yeah, they should be
Okay,
putting dinner out here shortly.
okay. So Moto mentioned the Sorla impression. Let's talk about the Tormy impression.
What about it?
It's outside of the fact that your voice is in a different register. It is almost spot on with how he voices Warren. I love it. And even Moto agrees. The Tormy impression is fire. But yeah, so Max walks off for food and drink and disappears for, however long it is until everybody comes to find him.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody is following him back to the keep to get some food and to wash the road off.
To the dining room.
Well, when Max gets there, he finds a flagon of ale and says, "Hey, don't really care what it is. The meat and some veggies would be fine." And he goes, sits in a corner, pulls a book out of his pack, and starts reading. Oh God, I don't want to know. God damn it, Moto!
um, yeah, no, there is a keg of ale just off to the side in the dining room.
And it is not just any ale, but the dwarven dark ale that Zeos is particularly fond of.
Yeah.
I forgot it was that. I forgot I had a bunch of that. Oh man, we had so much stuff when we came back from Altesi last time.
Yes, you did. Was it four barrels of the dwarven dark ale, 2 barrels of the fire giant whiskey for Warren, um, a bunch of or all of the uh, coffee coffee beans that Sorla could get her hands on, the Smith's personal belongings and anvil, um, and there's something else that I'm forgetting.
There was regular ale for the guards.
Yeah, the regular ale for the guards as well as
Well,
Warren did get some spirits to use for his potion crafting that were separate from the alcohol, because obviously the spirits are like pure alcohol and not the kind designed for drinking.
drinking. And he just has like a 2-liter jug of fucking dragon's breath. And we find out, oh, hey, this shit wasn't actually for drinking to begin with.
No, dragon's breath is for drinking. That is definitely well known.
Yeah, just be careful, otherwise you might end up flat on your ass out cold.
I mean, it
Wa-
happens.
Warren got a fairly good buzz going from the fire giant whiskey.
That's true.
Well, what are the saves associated with the dragon's breath again? It's like a DC 22 wisdom save or some shit.
18 wisdom save.
And then
And uh
and then like a massive con save too.
is a thing I think I said it was 18 wisdom, 18 con.
For the
And
first one.
if you fail both, roll a d6.
And that's how long you're out.
That's how many hours. Yep. But yes.
So you all head into the dining room Max is already halfway through his pitcher of ale before the rest of you even get sat down at the table. After a
Okay,
short,
rude. Rude.
I wasn't saying it in a bad way. I was just saying that was the first thing on your mind was you need something to drink.
Fair.
So after a short while, Natalie and Dia bring out the dinner spread that they prepared for you all. Took them a little bit longer because they weren't certain you all were going to be returning. So they had just prepared something a little bit lighter and had to go uh, back to make more for the bigger crowd. And you all sit down and are enjoying your meal and enjoying your drinks.
Yay.
So it's evening now.
Yes. Raiden eats rather lightly, takes a couple sips of the ale. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to head up and add the information that we got from Care Dragmont to my notes in my study. And
As he does that, Max just kind of looks up and says, "Okay, antisocial. Can't do that down here."
well, my travel notes, yes, I certainly can, but my study has more in-depth notes as well as my board. So I need to get all of that added before it gets too late.
Max just kind of chuckles and rolls his eyes. Uh, question for you, Brent, as the DM. I filled you in on most of the things that have happened in my game.
Yes.
How much of that information would have filtered to this party, and also, well, you weren't in the last session and I didn't catch you up on that, but Caro is reopening his shops and everything. Would that information have filtered back to at least the group that went to Care Dragon?
So the way I'm going to play the next few sessions here, this game is further back in the timeline than what your game is. So the events and everything that have happened in your games since I have been out have not happened yet in game for this game. I am going to get this game caught back up to where we are at the same point in time. We just haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, fair enough. So it would be far enough back that Caro's shop being reopened and everything wouldn't have happened for you guys, but for us.
Correct.
Got it. Got it. Then I can't say the next thing I was going to say because I really wanted to make Zeos really excited because he wanted to visit. I wanted to be like, oh, by the way, Zeos, did you hear that Caro fellow is reopening his shop?
Bye.
He'd have been like, I will see y'all in a minute, and jumped on his horse and go.
Yep.
No,
Not
because
yet.
of other things.
Oh, other things. Hey, at least we don't have to deal with the intern. Who you got fired?
Who I got sent to hell.
That too, yeah.
Sorla pipes up at this point. Well, I think I'm going to go check on the kid and see how he's doing and make sure that he hasn't blown up the library. She gets up and heads out. Not necessarily in a rush, but at a quicker pace.
As she leaves the room, I'm gonna look at Zayoth and say, 20 gold coins, he's at least burned 1 or 2 books. And we hear a freak out here in the next 20 minutes.
I can't do that. I'm not gonna take a bet. I know I'm losing. Sorry, not happening.
What, you don't have faith that she taught him somewhat before we left?
Oh, I mean, I
Part of
know
me,
he's
Beer.
been helping Austin out a little bit, but
Max looks at Onbeer and he goes, "How about you?"
Nah, I ain't got any money.
you don't have any
part,
money.
Well, how
Nah,
about this?
I'm pretty much
How about
broke.
this, Onbeer? I win, you owe me a favor. You win, you get 20 gold coins.
Oh, I don't like favors. That's a fucking terrible idea. I'd have lost his bet.
yeah, that's probably a good idea for you.
Well, especially considering Max is technically half Fey per backstory that we came up with for him.
Yes,
Part of
I'm
me,
super
part of me
poor.
wants to take that bet, but then
Do
the
what now?
part of me wants to take that bet, but the smarter part of me says no. Sorry.
Ignore the smarter part of you.
It's kind of hard to do.
Hey, at least Warren doesn't have an egomaniacal entity living in his brain telling him to take over the world.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, okay, so I filled you
Did
in
you
on
not
the
tell
whole
him?
Junker becoming the weave. I don't think I told him this part. I filled you in on the whole Junker becoming the weave thing, right?
No,
That is
you did not.
okay. So he essentially became the weave itself, due to some shenanigans and whatnot. Now every morning he has to make a con save to ignore the ramblings of the weave in his head, trying to get him to take over the world. Because the weave is very much a condescending dickhead.
Nice. So the weave essentially is Tyler's personality.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, Moto, exactly like Venom, only not wanting to eat people's heads.
Venom doesn't like eating their heads. He likes eating their livers and spleens.
Fair. Or letting uh, a person roll down the road as a limbless, faithless thing, like a turd in the wind. Anyways, sorry, I was getting off track there. Max is just gonna go, none of you are any fun.
No, we're just not stupid.
Well, they aren't. Can't say the same for you.
I mean, I didn't take your dumb bet either.
No, but you've done a lot worse.
I mean, maybe snakes. At least I don't know you a favor.
6. What are you just counting this week?
I mean, I haven't done anything this week.
Yet.
No, he's actually been on his best behavior this week.
Well, yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
do
because we all.
literally anything.
It may have been the fear of the brothers at Cara Dragmont, but yes.
Oh, I wish Tormy were here to hear your impression of him. I think he'd love it.
It's actually not bad.
He can
Well,
he can always listen to the recording and tell me
Yep, he's gonna
where it's
have to.
off.
right? I so Cody, I will need you once you get it all edited and whatnot. Send it directly to him as well,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and be like, "Here is the time slot we need you to actually pay attention to, and give us your critique."
Whoa.
Max is going to again just shake his head, chuckle a bit, raise his flagon, and then just take a drink. And then he closes his book, sticks it in his pack, and he says, "Well, till tomorrow, my friends. If you need me, I'll be in my room."
I've got to run to town shortly for
I've got to go. Sorry, I was letting you finish.
I've got to go to town for a meeting, so I will be back later. Just figured I would let someone know that I was heading out.
I've got to go check on the potions that I set to brew before we left.
Fair enough. Well, if you need help, Zeos, let me know. I'd be glad to take one more trip.
This is actually something I need to take care of on my own.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, be well. And Max exits up to his room where he settles down, doffs his armor and everything, and or well, he's not actually wearing armor. So he settles down and he turns in for the night, I guess, because I can't really think of anything else he'd do besides read more.
Warren gets up and heads down to the dungeon area that's been converted into his uh, brew house slash uh, containment area for an unexpected event.
Zeos will head to the stables.
Irilith is still working on brushing down the horses from the party's arrival.
I'll go ahead and saddle my horse myself while since he's taking care of everybody else's horses. And I will
Oh,
head to town.
okay. Anvir, was there anything else you wanted to do?
Oliver's gonna go for a flight. He's kind of sick of riding horseback.
As he spreads his wings and goes to take flight, he notices his wings have been tarred. Then a little note falls out of his pocket, and it's from Max, and it says, "Ha ha."
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
Where exactly are you going on said flight?
Just nearby.
Not
far.
anywhere. Not anywhere in particular.
No.
He just wants to feel the wind beneath his wings.
Okay. Give me just 1 sec here, and then our attention is going to move over to Zeos's arrival in town.
I don't remember if I asked at the end of last game or not. You said I knew the symbol, the black hand with the red circle around it.
Yes,
Did I ask what the symbol was
you
or
did
who it was
ask.
for?
You did ask.
You didn't tell me though, did you?
I didn't tell you.
Okay. Well, I'll ask again.
And you'll find out momentarily.
Fine.
Wait. What symbol was it?
A black hand with a red circle around it.
Oh! Ooh, fun. Okay.
What?
Okay. You arrive in town.
I'm guessing I'm headed to uh what was the name of the place?
We never named it.
Mermaid's Weep.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did name it. Okay. You head over to the Mermaid's Weep, and you enter in. You instinctively do a quick scan of the room. You spot Meros sitting back in his normal corner, facing the door, but you also notice that the tavern is uh, a little bit busier than what it has been the last few times that you have uh, gone to meet with Meros.
I don't see anything out of the ordinary, just a few more people than normal.
Make a perception check.
24.
No, not anything really that seems to be out of the normal. There's a good mixture of sailors along with what appear to be some uh, armed guards, mercenaries, whatever you want to talk, that are sitting amongst the sailors. You could make the assumption that the captain of whatever ship that they were working on hired some mercenaries as guards for said shipments. There's about 5 tables that have uh, four to five 4 to 5 sailors and 2 to 3 guards per table, whereas normally there's maybe 4 to 5 people in the tavern total. The bartender, who normally has plenty of time to clean his glasses and scowl at everybody, seems to be having to really work for his money tonight.
I'll head over and sit down across from Maros.
The halfling looks up at you as you sit down and grins. I
I'm
see you got
guessing,
I see you got the message.
and I'm guessing there's something important.
Yeah, I would say so.
Are you gonna make me wait all night for this?
I thought you'd have figured it out by now. And he kind of rubs his temple and looks at you. Your
You got
brother's back. Your brother's back on the continent.
I didn't know he had a brother. Okay, this is nifty.
over the table tie. I didn't know I had a brother either until right now. um, so I'm trying to figure out how I should be playing this.
Now,
Right?
now
Good
you
thing he's
understand.
back, or is it a bad thing that he's back?
Now you understand the question that I posed to you in the DM about not
Yeah,
really having much of a backstory with Zeos and having a little bit of creative freedom there.
yeah. And I went with it. So is this how? I don't even know how to play this right now. Um, is it what is that asshole doing back in this continent, or is it? Oh, he's back. Did he find out whatever he was looking for?
Which is it?
Ah, did he fulfill his mission?
Well, if his mission was to get chased out of the Savinity Isles, that would be my guess.
How the fuck did he get chased out of the Isles?
I I don't have an answer
More
to that.
importantly, what are the Savinity Isles?
Shut the fuck up, Ty.
Way to go, Moto. Wrong place.
Um.
She sent me a gift directly instead of in the chat.
Oh. Um.
Uh,
I don't have an answer for you on that, as I haven't actually spoken to him. Um. I know it's been a while since you have spoken with your brother Zeno, but he and I are not exactly on the best of terms.
you and me both.
Well, I'm sure he'd be more likely to speak with you than to speak with the guy who slept with the woman he was with.
You too? Ah, thought it was just me.
Oh, well, that's
Um,
news to me.
God damn it, sir. Really? That's how you want to play it?
Dear God.
um, Is he in town or you
The
just said continent?
I heard that he had been seen in Alinar, but as to his whereabouts, that I couldn't tell you. I thought it would be best for you to know that he was back around.
Well, shit. I mean, yes, that definitely needed to know. All right, what about the other thing? Did you get him in yet?
Above the table, what you had a couple things that you were uh, working with him or asking him about. What was it you were looking for?
We were trying to get someone into the place to spy on the people for us.
Trying to
Uh,
get a person into the place to spy on the people.
uh, trying to get somebody into Ultax. I don't think it was to spy on anybody. I think it
To
was
find
to
out what's going on.
find out. Yeah, find out what's going on there. Um,
Oh, real quick, over the table, Brent, for you. At this, my game had nothing to do with Ultax up until where it's at. So anything for that is whatever you want. So you don't have to worry about like continuity issues or anything.
okay. I mean, I was planning on doing it what I wanted anyway. So, but that's good to
Well,
know.
no,
Thank you.
I get that. I was letting you know we weren't going to have to like continuity issues.
I know. I'm giving you shit, Ty.
I'm going to go cry in a corner.
You do that. Make sure you wear your dunce hat.
No, I'm going to wear my diaper on my
That
head.
too.
Fine.
Uh, to your question, Maros replies, "Yes, I was able to get a couple agents into Ultax. However, I have not received any reports back from them. From my understanding with what's going on, it's difficult to send and receive messages. So I may have to wait for one of them to physically report back to me.
Good luck with
If I
that.
if I don't hear back from them by the end of the month, then I will be worried."
1 month
All right.
later. Ah!
All right. And anything on the other? I should probably write down what I've been trying to get out of this guy, because
The things you've been working with him, you were trying to get information on what's going on in Ultax. You were trying to get any kind of information on the Eye of the Oracle. And I'm pretty sure you were trying to get a message or try to use him to make contact uh, with Xavier.
Xavier.
Xavier was um, the rogue mercenary that was in undercover with the Blood Watch was your guys' contact early on in the campaign, but nobody has heard from him since the Battle of Alinar.
That was the other reason we sent spies into Altax. So
Yes.
that part's yeah, okay. Um Anything new on the eyes?
Unfortunately, no.
And
Like I told you up front, I've never heard of that artifact to begin with. But it appears that neither has anybody else. All of all of my contacts, all of my fences, everybody has no information on what that artifact is or where to even begin looking for it.
it's probably in one of the Lost Kingdoms at this point. And anything new that's how wait, how might I do this? Uh any new items come up?
Are you talking as potential targets?
Yes. Because that was the other thing that I was asking him about.
Mostly just your normal everyday everyday marks. Their word is there is a tower on the southern part of the continent that a powerful mage owns. There might
Eh.
be some there might be some valuable artifacts in it, but I haven't been able to confirm or deny that information. All I can tell you is that the tower is a little bit south of Krivos.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not dumb enough to just go climbing into a mage's tower.
Over the table, we've already been there.
Which one?
Jebulon's tower.
Oh. Oh.
I was like, over the table, we've been there.
Yeah. I
I'm
I
gonna
could not, for the life of me, remember south as far as like which tower he was talking about. But then he said Krivos, and I was like, oh yeah, Jebulon's tower.
I'm gonna say it again, Tyler. Shut the fuck up. We all
I
know you
said
got
I
over
mean,
the table.
we all know you
I
got a
would have
big
known.
mouth.
I would have
I,
known
want,
that we've already been there.
I wanted Serb to make the connection on his own. I wanted
He
to see
wouldn't
the
have for
moment.
a hot minute, and you
Oh
know it.
no, I wouldn't have at all.
I
Because I don't
wanted to
ever remember where everything is. I just
I
go
wanted to
along
see
with
the
the
light
the
bulb.
group. Um, yeah, I'm not stupid enough to go into a mage's tower. I'm not gonna do it. I know better. Um,
I'll keep my eyes and ears peeled for you
and he said my brother was seeing
in Alinar.
Alinar. Okay. Well, fuck. How far are we from Alinar? I forget.
From here, it's about 2 to 2.5 weeks.
On
It's
land or on by sea?
on land. You're 2 days ride from Altessi, 2 days south of Altessi, from Altessi to Alinar, which is to the east, in between Altessi and Stormborn. It's a 2 week ride on horseback. So you're about 2.5 weeks to the northeast.
Oh, I like that idea, Moto.
No,
Right.
no scapegoats.
I'll have to figure
Oh,
it
come
out.
on.
I want to see what he does.
All right. Was there anything else?
Only that if you see your brother, don't mention me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like dying today.
Yes, I don't feel like getting a knife to the chest while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Particularly because I'm still sleeping with the woman.
God.
Of course you are.
You're just trying to make the most horrible characters, aren't you? Good
Also,
lord.
also over the table. I need my brother's name again, so I can at
Zeno.
least have that.
Zeno.
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 I didn't realize his brother was the Omni King.
You know, that thought never really crossed my mind.
Wait, so you understood that reference?
Yes.
Bet.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I better get back up to the keep.
What about the Black Hand?
He said I knew what it was.
So
So what is it?
now that I've revealed that, the black hand is your brother's symbol.
Oh
It's
shit!
it's the symbol that he uses whenever basically his calling card whenever he hits a mark.
Motherfucker.
Oh boy. Okay, so Black Hand is his brother's mark, like fucking
He's an assassin.
lovely. Yep. What?
Oh. Before I go, who do we have in Alinar?
What do you mean?
I'm
What do you,
asking.
in character? Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking Maros. Who do
Okay.
we have in Alinar?
I've got a couple operatives that are playing as low budget merchants in a rebuilding city. Um, one of them has a stall that's right on the square. The other one is a small rundown shop near Southgate.
Any phrases I need to know?
The rundown shop is run by Pim Elfsword.
Pim Elf Sword?
Elfsword. Yes.
Okay.
He's a half elf. And if you go into his shop and mention that the human side is always the better side, he will start getting very upset at you because he identifies as an elf and not as a human or half elf. But he will understand that I sent you because I'm always giving him crap about that.
The human side is the best side.
The human side is the best side.
And watch, he says it to the wrong person and ends up with a fireball to the face.
And anything for the one at the stall?
The one at the stall is uh, a goblin. He's not very well liked, but if you go to him and offer him a single bronze coin for a passion fruit, he will know that I sent you.
Over the table, is that legitimately part of the thing, or did you just forget bronze isn't a currency?
Uh, I meant copper.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure
Yeah.
if you were like trying to do the like, oh, it's bronze isn't an actual thing, but here's a bronze coin type deal. So I
Well, I
wanted to make sure.
figured I would offer him a copper coin and call it a bronze coin. So
Fair.
that he would, as kind of the phrase for him to know. All right. Really don't want to do this, but I appreciate it.
You
Really
know
don't
that
want to have to deal with him.
it is my pleasure, and you also know that better you than me.
Yeah, well, I wish we knew where he actually was and not just somewhere nearby. And let's just hope he doesn't end up here. Now I
Well,
have to now I
you
have to
know,
warn the guards about oh, fuck.
you know you know how good he is at gathering information. So it's more than likely just a matter of time before he hears about a group being gifted Arvindor Keep, and that one of those in that group is kind of a shady individual.
Kind of. You give me no credit.
I was trying to be nice. I mean, how long have we known? How long have we known each other? 50
uh,
years. I mean,
at least. Well, shit. Let's just hope he doesn't end up here, and if he does, send someone to me at the keep, or at least send someone to inform the guards at the keep if I'm not there. One of the street kids, you know how we do.
I'm certain that if he finds out you are in this area, I may have to go into hiding. So if that ends up being the case, I'll try to leave you a message in the dead drop, but obviously for certain reasons, I will not tell you where I'm going.
Of course, what you don't know can't be tortured out of you.
Exactly.
And at that, Zeos goes ahead and gets up and starts heading out.
And as you're heading out, you notice that the sailors are beginning to get very inebriated and are beginning to get a little rowdy.
Yep, I'm definitely out. Been in that situation too many times.
They get too rowdy and the guards show up. I want no part of that.
And I'll head back to the keep.
Okay.
And when I get to the keep, I'm going to stop at the barracks and go for the captain's office to see
Uh,
who's in there.
Real quick, Serb. Before you do that, as you're uh getting back, Caro's just kind of or Caro, fuck, not not Caro, Max. Sorry. He is kind of just standing there at the gate, arms crossed, leaning against the wall, book in his hand, holding it up, and he's like, "So, how'd the meeting go? Learn anything fun?"
No, not at all. But you can come with me. And I head for the captain's office in the barracks.
Max just closes his book and kind of chuckles and says, "All right," and follows along.
Is there anyone in the captain's office?
You guys enter the barracks and make your way into the captain's office. And you notice that neither of the captains are there, but one of the lieutenants, the half orc named Kulabash, is there.
Uh, Max is gonna look at Kulabash and say, "Would you happen to know where any of the captains are? And if so, would you mind going to get them, please?"
I'm not gonna wake them up.
Kulabash looks at Max before Zeos even has a chance to reply and goes, I don't have a death wish. Do you? Be my guest. Go wake the captains up.
It's after midnight. We're not waking up the captains. But I need to leave a message for them.
Max just kind of just kind of sighs and he says, "All right, You heard the man. Take the message then, please.
He grunts at Max and then looks to Zeos. What's the message? I'll make sure they get it first thing in the morning.
My brother is back on the continent. He's an assassin. I know we just spoke this morning about getting the lanterns to be able to see through invisibility. Now it is very important, very high on the list. I've just got to go get him. But should he show up, things could get bad.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad?
12.
Should I double the guard?
No, not yet. Um,
Uh, at his no, Max is just gonna go. Wait, you have a brother that's an assassin, possibly wants to kill you and anyone you're associated with, and we don't double the guard.
he was seen in
Oh,
Alinar. I figure we will double the guard at some point, yes. Although it's gonna leave the men ragged because we set it up just to have enough for the 3 shifts.
Kolabash pipes up. Would it be a good idea to bring in additional guards?
oh yes, bank of all. Would it? As Max just kind of grins and looks directly at Zeos.
Oh, as much as they cost me last time, I don't know if I can do that again.
Yeah, you guys might need to find a job. That was over the table.
Yeah. That's why I keep asking Maros if he found anything. Like, I need something to go make some money because I'm bleeding money like a sieve over here. Um, I I'm gonna have a meeting with everybody in the morning. And then I will definitely be coming to meet with the captains as well. Um, and that decision can be made at that time. As
Kolabash nods. Very well. I'll inform the captains first thing in the morning that you need to speak with the two of them. I'll brief them on the situation and allow you to provide further details.
thank you,
I'll,
Kulabash.
I'll also make sure to speak with the guards that are currently on patrol on the graveyard shift and tell them to be on high alert.
Yes, we definitely are on high alert for a while. I may end up going to Alinar to try and find him, and hopefully we can not be on bad terms anymore. Make some peace, I guess. But
Very
yeah,
well. Is that all, sir?
for now, yes. and Zeus will turn around and start heading back out. That was what I learned, Max.
You have a very interesting life, my friend. As he
Evidently, he got run
lets
out
out
of
a
the
little
aisles.
chuckle.
All of a sudden, a sound from right behind you. It sounds as though somebody had jumped down onto the ground directly behind you.
Uh,
Been around, weapons out.
You spin, you spin around,
spin
weapons out.
around with uh a word of radiance, getting ready to launch in that direction.
You spin around, and you see it's just Anvir.
You motherfucker.
Utters the
Make
word
it.
of radiance just because. No, not really.
Well, you two seem to think you can't be stuck up on, so I stuck up on you.
Max just kind of looks at him and says, I'm not sure where you seem to think that, but I'm very well aware I can be snuck up upon. Hence why you almost received a blinding column of radiance in your face.
Like fun.
Oh, that's just not the news you wanted to get tonight. I actually thought we were going to get some good news, but no. It's,
Are you calling me bad news now?
no, the information that I
More like
just
wet paper
received.
bag news.
More like the bad news bear, or bad news werebear. Sorry.
Hey, The Bad News Bears was a great movie. You leave that alone.
I wasn't making fun of that. I was making fun of Cody.
Oh, then continue.
All right. So now that your heart rate is starting to slow back down after the brief moment of panic from Anvir dropping out of the sky to you guys, what do you do?
Uh, just call it a night. We're going to have a
Punch him
busy
in the
morning.
shoulder.
Make an
Break
unarmed
his
attack
fucking
roll.
nose.
I said shoulder, not face, but okay, damn. And I'm sorry, what did you say, Brent?
Make an
roll?
yeah, make an unarmed attack roll.
Okay. Well, that is a 23.
It's
2
You
damage.
you go to punch his shoulder. You thinking you were doing it jokingly, but you're still feeling a little bit of the adrenaline from the scare, and you hit him a little bit harder than what you want. Anvir, you kind of get caught off balance a little bit, not expecting him to hit you full force, and it kind of pushes you back a little bit, and you feel a little bruise on your shoulder from where the punch hit.
Max immediately starts laughing and goes, I was not expecting you to move from such little force, my winged friend.
act like I'm exactly heavy.
Well, perhaps don't sneak up on your friends then.
I mean, you all made it too easy.
While you guys are talking, you turn around and look, and Zeos has vanished. He gone.
Max just kind of chuckles, looks at Onveer, and says, "Well, it's been a fun night. I'm going to go turn in," and walks away,
All
leaving
right.
Onveer standing there looking like a fool.
But you took all the fool with you, so.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you're
And
the one who just got punched.
The one that got snuck up on by a giant bat.
Oh, so you're going back? I pictured you'd more feathery death.
Nope.
it does say in the variant tiefling description under the wings that they can be bat-like. So
No, yeah, I know. I just didn't realize that's the option he had gone with. It is what
Not
it
to,
is.
not to mention, Onbeer's also stark white. You got snuck up on by a giant white bat.
Are your eyes red? Are you albino?
On the nose.
Good God.
It's only taken, what, 30 episodes? For someone to notice.
So anyway, that is where we're going to pull our attention back for this evening, and
Oh,
we are going
boo.
to leave our lovely characters resting for the night, because this meeting that everybody is going to be a part of, I would like everybody to be a part of. So I hope you all watching enjoyed. I know myself and hopefully my players are glad to be back at it in this story.
It
I
only
again
took 8 years.
Thought it was 10.
fair.
Nah, I
Sorry.
was. I'm glad you decided to run tonight because
Absolutely. I have
it was
missed
a blast.
having games with you, Jeb.
And nobody is allowed to know out of this call is allowed to know about my brother until the meeting next time. Because we are gonna
And
surprise them with that shit, just like we got surprised with it tonight.
unless they happen to watch the video
Uh,
It's
for
gonna
that
be
game,
the video has to be published for them to watch it.
right? That means Cody, you need to get on your shit, Mr. Tech Guy.
hey.
No,
All
no, no,
of
no.
them, I am not
Don't get on
behind
your
on it.
shit.
Ah!
This
Sir's like,
Save
video,
it
no,
until after
don't.
next week.
Hold
this
on.
video could be up tomorrow.
You can send it to
Ooh.
Tormy. You can send it to Tormy, but that's probably it if you want this to be a secret from everybody else and be a surprise. So
So I have
Okay,
I
so
have
no,
an
if it's
idea.
gonna be a secret and it's gonna be a surprise, don't post it until after the next session.
So I have an idea. I can make portrait videos. I can clip a section of the Tormy bit that he did and send that to Tormy.
well, there we go. So
Motherfucker, we've been trying to get you to do that for months so we can post a TikTok. The fuck?
Simple answer is find me clips. Give me time codes. I have everything on my computer to do it.
anywho, I hope you all that are watching enjoyed the story and getting back into it. I would invite you guys to get involved on this story with us. Smash that join link for the server, get set up on the server, and all of the experienced players and DMs here can help you with any questions that you might have. and we look forward to having you here on the Haven D&D Discord server. Again, I am Jeb, the Dungeon Master this evening. From all of my players and everybody else on the Haven, I bid you all a fair night. We look forward to seeing you, and may the dice be with you.
Yay! Bye bye. I was
Bye.
actually beginning to wonder if you even remembered your sign off.
Yes.